Hi everybody, it's me Trader Max from Shogun Fusion and Shogun Crypto. It is with great sadness that I report to you today that we are going to have to close this rendition down of Shogun Fusion. And before I go too much in detail, I want to thank and also apologize to all my supporters and everybody that supported us in this venture and what we have done. It is not easy to sit before you today and tell you that this has been a very hard decision to make, and I gathered some trusted advisors last night to discuss the events, and I will now let you know what those are. Starting in January, I got to travel back a little bit. Starting in January, we started with the concept of making a Fusion bot system, a Fusion NFT system, because it was a great idea and it would work so well, and a lot of people were very excited about it. We had a partner on board that had a development team that we were partners with in Shogun Crypto, and his development team was apparently supposed to be really high rated in the world of AI and building systems and programs. After some great convincing, he convinced me to utilize his team and buy into building the Shogun Fusion, since it was an idea that we had. We had some supporters, we had some backing, and the investors that were putting money in were very excited about it as well. Over the period since in January and February, we started to work out the details. We got the details done, and this company of however many, 4 or 5 programmers, was being ready to start the process. We came up with the money, we funded it in, I think, beginning of March, or right at the end of February, beginning of March. And it was supposed to be a 4-week project, a 4-week MVP. That's what it was called, where we would deliver the minting and marketplace. Because we were paying so much money, there was an expediency put to it. Well, unfortunately, we never hit that mark, and it went further and further and further. So that 4-week from beginning of March went into April, and then May, and then in early June, I said, enough's enough. We can't build it all out. We just need the minting and marketplace. Let's release that. And we did. At that point, there was trial and tribulation, bug after bug after bug after bug. There didn't seem to be a good testing feature in the process. With the help of Justa and Ghost and so many artists in that process, I Am Boo, Not the Mama, Dante, BabyYolo, all those great artists in there helping us and figuring stuff out and supporting us and being a part of that. Your job was not in vain. I learned so much, and trust me, Shogun Fusion may be taking a revamp or a maybe going away in this form because of the level of stuff that's happened behind the scenes, which I'll tell you. So it has to be redone. But the good news is 11 weeks ago, 12 weeks ago, I took on the responsibility of learning to code. Now, not for the first time. I know a lot of different code languages, from PineScript, C++, C#. I started to learn a lot of, I already knew how to UI. In fact, I UI'd this entire site, as you see in the process. Let me jump over so you can see what I'm referring to. I UI'd the entire system here, which means that your user interface is my concept. I drove the mechanics of how things functioned, as far as like the buttons and the animations of things and the easement of things. This is my doing. So I already knew how to do all of that, but I did not know the back side of it. The frustrating part is they kept on just pushing it off, and then the real culprit came in when we had bugs. It was, we need more money, which is understandable to a degree when the thing doesn't work, and it doesn't work because you didn't start it right and you didn't do it right. Of course you want money. It wasn't that we broke it because we just had so many people go to it and broke, and we needed to have them fix it because it broke that way. It was because we had anybody go to it. The cost of it as well, with RPC, which is the process that you get to see all the data from like if you see up here, you see this 0.35. That's my sole balance in that wallet, and you need to use RPC every time that I view that. It costs money, you know. So there's tens of thousands of you visiting the site. And then they had it on refresh. I mean, there were so many things that they had in there as bugs that was costing us so much money in servitude and expense. And they just because they didn't do it right. I, in one day after having control of it, cut our bills in by 80% just because of some of the data. And the site ran faster, which is really incredible. All right, so I digress. After learning some of the programming, I started to look at different things, and I started to practice on other projects and get some things going on. I kept on demanding that they turn over the entire site. The one programmer that was with us, that was partnered with us, disappeared. I mean, off the face of the earth, and no wonder. He was going into hiding so he can attack and do things. Back a couple of weeks ago, we were attacked directly with a DDoS attack right to our operator wallet, which caused a befuddle of bugs to be unleashed. Maybe they unleashed them into that process. I did find out some private information that I won't share, but they did cause issue. And as I started to check, and you know, our security, luckily I was able to get in before they hit too hard, and my security that I created my first couple of days into the site and the system protected the wallets. That was a big thing. And once we protected the wallets, I was able to dissect and make a script and go back in and return everybody's money that had money stuck in escrow, because that's how the auctions work. So once we fixed that, I started to see more bugs, more issues, more problems. And let me tell you, watching this baby grow and try to get to a point, there's so much potential with it. There's so much involvement in it, that I, as a single person in this process, not single, I'm married with kids, but a single developer in this process, would not be able to handle it all on my own. I don't trust anybody when it comes to programming and development. There's a few people that I would trust, but they have projects of their own. Kelvin from over there is just an amazing programmer and developer, and I love his attitude and his work ethic. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have some of the stuff with Bubblefish and his recommendation for us. So what does this all mean? Well, it means that starting in mid-December, December 15th possibly, the site will no longer exist. Now, before you panic, don't worry. There's all your profile will still be here until the beginning of the year. Once the beginning of the year starts, the Shogun Fusion side of it may disappear because the server cost for this is a little bit too expensive when it's not generating any money. But the process here, your NFTs are safe. They're on the blockchain. Now, you won't be able to use the marketplace anymore. You won't be able to use some of the things on board anymore. You'll be able to use all your collection series. You'll be able to look at things and be able to do certain things. In the concept here, let's see if I do a transfer. You know, we'll talk about. I'll have a video on how to transfer, but the most part of it is you'll be able to go over to places like, and I'll have a video for you of like Magic Eden and get everything over there. It's super simple. You're just basically signing up with the wallet that you built the stuff for, and all your NFTs are safe in that process. Phantom does not like what we call MPL core NFTs. It's a newer type of NFT that allows us to do a lot more. It's less expensive to mint. You know, there's a lot of things. That's why we went this way. But that's basically it in a nutshell. What you'll have over the next couple of weeks, let me drive back over to the other screen here. What you'll have over the next couple of weeks is you'll have me at your disposal. If you have any problems whatsoever, please reach out to me in X, in Telegram, and I'll help you move stuff around. I'll watch you do the process. I'll help walk you through the process. If you're an artist and you're here, it's coming. Trust me, there is a lot more stuff that is coming for us. We just can't use this site anymore. because I don't trust it with the minting side of it anymore, and I don't trust it of the auction side. I would love to have kept the minting and marketplace up, or even just a marketplace for now, but I don't trust that they can get their fingers in again. As of right now, there's no code that I can find in the system, but I don't know what I don't know, and I want to move forward. What does that look as is in the future? Well, as you know me, I try not to give up, right? So this is not really giving in or giving up. Shogun Fusion may be a thing of the past, or it might not be. It all depends. Starting in the new year, in the very beginning part of January, I am starting an initiative to create a board of trustees with Shogun Crypto to bring in the level of integrity that I have seen, which, you know, throughout the year and a half that I've been in this industry, to start to see some movement. And there'll be people that I'll ask to come into that board to help make decisions on what to build and where to build and ethically build them. Also, we will be vamping a portion of Fusion into something, not this site, but in the concept of the Fusion, whether it be a fusing coin into NFTs, fusing other NFTs to NFTs, making a lottery system, making a whole bunch of different things. I got to tell you, this is not going to go away. This is taking a break from the process because I can't continue on with it, but I'm telling you now that we'll probably end up closing the site down and have these videos that you'll see on board inside your profile. If you end up going to your profile, you'll see right here there'll be a video somewhere in this location, and again, you know, you're not seeing it here. If I go full screen here, you'll be able to see somewhere in this location. You should see this video or a link to the video or what have you at this process. Now, if you decide to go anywhere else other than Magic Eden, I have not done the research yet on any of that. So please do your own research. Be very careful. Do test batches if you can. I will have below also on the site as well a link down here in the Learning Center into the Help Center. If you go to the Help Center, you'll see a link with some YouTube videos, but there'll also be in here the closing video, the how to transfer, and then maybe how to take everything over to another marketplace. Okay, so feel free to hit the Help Center to go over. Also, the Help Center also has the Telegram support you'll be able to go to as well, and make sure that you write out to me in case you need me. All right. A personal thanks to everybody again, and my apologies that this has happened this way, but it has to be done in order to protect everybody, and because I don't trust the previous people that were doing it, I just can't move forward. I love you all. I respect you all. Please help me keep the fight going by being positive. And I know that some of you had suffered a little bit of inconvenience in the process, and it's been a pain in the ass. I will make it up to you. We will work very hard to help you throughout anything that you need. My programming skills are for your help as well as we rebuild this entire process over the next couple of months. But I don't want to keep dragging this dog through the mud. Okay? I appreciate you all. Talk to you soon. I'm Trader Max, and as always, live well.